Marie here, popping in today to show you my December daily for 2021. I showed a quick picture of this in the Pear Tree Cut Files group. I showed it from this angle just to show just how thick it was. It's really too big. I've done way too many pages, as I usually do, and as you can see it won't even fit into my album, so what I'm actually going to do is cut myself a new album. So this is the album from last year. This is the 2021 album that we made in the group. It's made of acrylic. It's got that star punch out in the centre there, and then you've got the words December 2021, which are just stuck on the front using glossy accents. And I'm just going to cut myself another one. The joys of owning your own business, I can do that. So I'm going to cut myself another one because it's just not big enough to hold the many pages that I've made. It's way too big. Never mind. So I'm actually going to do the same thing this year. So this year the album looks like this. This is the album for this year. It's Noel. It's slightly different, so I went with a different colour scheme. So this is a matte red and a matte grey, and then the stars on the front as well. So it's exactly the same. And I'm just going to start off with the idea that I'm going to need two. I'm not even going to pretend to and try and imagine the fact that I can get it all in one album. I did try putting bigger book rings on here, and actually all it did was make them, they stuck out further, and it just didn't work. So needs that size book ring is great. I just need to use two of them or make less pages. So all the supplies I've used in here are from Ellie Studio. So all my ephemera, all those kind of bits and pieces. There they are, the odd few other ones, and you'll see right at the very end for Christmas Day I've swapped to a different collection entirely because I basically had run out of Ellie Studio stuff, and I was struggling. I couldn't make it work and didn't have enough ephemera bits and pieces to really make the pages look so good, so I changed collection altogether. I have also used one sheet of paper from Echo Park, which is like this snowflakey paper that you can see poking through here, and I just love it, so I used some of that as well for a couple of title pages. And then I've used cut files from the 2020 Advent Calendar, the 2021 Advent Calendar, because in both of those are the December album Advent Calendars that I've used. Last year we introduced the scrapbookers. I haven't used any of those in here. And then this year obviously we've got the same. We've got the December album one, we've got the scrapbookers one, we've got the embellishment one as well. So in my new album for this year I'll be using a combination of whatever I've got left from the last 2 years, the cut files from the December album this year, and some of the ephemera from the embellishment Advent as well. So let's get started. So here is my, so I'm going to move it so you can see it out of the light. Here is my title page, Christmas 2021, and I've just used this word sticker down here together, little few stickers, and that's all I did really for that title page. Kept it nice and simple. You'll notice that some of my pages are in page protectors, some of them are in the pocket page ones where you've got your 2 3x4s and your 6x4 at the bottom. Some of them aren't in page protectors at all, and you'll see those as we go through. This page is just like an overview of everything we did during December. I do add my own little embellishment clusters to it just to pretty it up a little bit. So day one was Elliot finding his advent train filled with chocolates, and a new book that our elf brought. We have the Winston Christmas stories. They're absolutely beautiful, and they contain 24.5 chapters, so you have a chapter to read each day throughout December. They're gorgeous, absolutely love them. So he got that. So I've put a little bit of journaling at the top here on a little tag, little bow using baker's twine, and then just a lovely little flip up. I do love a flip up. This one here is just a filler page, but it's got something, so I matched the back of the tag to this side, but what's on the other side is actually part of the other page. I'll show you that in a second. Day two was my local garden centre. Just went to have a little wander around, and they had this beautiful display of all reds and whites. It was like a winter wonderland, but all the characters were wearing bright red. It was beautiful, so I just had to make a little pocket page about that one. And then we've got day three, which was the light switch on in our local village where we live. So we went down there, sang a few carols, and then the lights got switched on. And I've got some extra photographs just hiding inside as well, because I like the landscape photograph, but it wouldn't quite fit on my little page, so I had to make a little tag pocket just to pop that in. The next is sort of these two together. It's day four, and we went to a Christmas market local to us, Mr. Pear Tree had this really cool Twizzly potato thing, covered it in that nacho cheese sauce, and then it was so incredibly difficult to eat, and we all ended up really, really messy. It was quite funny. So that had to go in there. We just had a lovely little wander around the market, so that got sort of documented on that page. Tried to go with reds, blues and greens on this one, just because of the blues from the Christmas tree in the photograph here, just to tie it all together. My next page, you can see, is a Christmas, is our Christmas tree shopping. So I used this page first of all, this starry Christmas tree page, made a little sort of sprig tied together with some more baker's twine and a lovely vellum kind of overlay for my full page photograph of us picking our Christmas tree and my two boys just messing about. We couldn't choose between these two trees. These were the two choices. Took us absolutely ages to decide which one we wanted. I think we went for this one in the end, and it was enormous. It was, you know, when you're stood in the forest and they're not as big as you think, and then you get them home and you go, okay, it's huge. It was one of those. So, but it was a beautiful tree, and I love that page. I love using full page photographs. This page then is the rest of that, and it's actually a little pocket which I've sewn on using my sewing machine just around the bottom here. It's all sewn on, and then these are just the extra photographs from the day. So I really like those. Wanted to keep those together. Made a little pocket. It would have been better if that maybe wasn't inside a page protector, but because the other side is, this side has to be, and it's just how it has to work. The following day was another cook file, ho ho ho, because we were decorating the tree. We always leave our tree for a day in a bucket of water, give it its best chance to last the longest. So the following day was us decorating the tree, so I decided to put the photographs of Elliot putting the decorations on the tree inside the ho 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 baubles. And then the following day was adding the star. We forgot, how silly, we completely forgot to add the star to our tree. We had to do that the following day. So I used the mini star wreath cut file. That one's just in the shop, and the sparkle title. I didn't do any journaling on there. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The following day is our elf bringing Elliot a special gift, which is a Christmas decoration with his name on. Doesn't get many things with his name on. I don't know if it's not a popular name as such, so I don't find many things with his name, so he was really excited to get that. So that whole page ends up being just about that. The following page then, I had to, the reason that got a whole page was because this needed to be separate, because it's very blue, and I needed to make it very blue. This is the Santa coming through the village on the back of the truck with the lions, and it was such a blue photograph because of the lights on the truck, so I wanted to make this bluey grey coloured for that particular page to all sort of work together, and I put the little Santa hat on the number 9. I thought that was quite cute. The next day I got some happy mail from Hip Kit Club, got my December kit through the door, and then day 11 was documenting my new gonk for the year, which is this little guy with the stripy hat. He was so cute. Used a couple of the baubles from last year, dangled them on gold thread to make them look like they were hanging, and popped a little bit of journaling behind the photograph. But also attached one of these acetate circles. They're from Ellie's studio as well, but decided to tuck the tag behind the photograph and leave the acetate in front, so it kind of gave a really cute effect there. Next one is documenting some scrappy time that I'd had over the Christmas holidays, using the title Happy Days. There's some holly leaves that we had in the shop last year, and then this one is another flip up. This one is a fold out page, so this one is not in a page protector. This is documenting Elliot writing his letter to Santa, and it's a little wish list title. Some of these bits you'll see popping in are from Coco Vanilla Studio. That's a printable collection that they had, I think, last year. I don't know if they've still got it available, but it's one of their printable collections. So I used the envelopes cut file here, and I did my journaling on the bits of paper that look like they're popping out of the photograph. And then on the inside, we've got the title, Writing to Santa, and photographs of Elliot actually writing his letter. I like a flip out page. The next page, the back of that, is some holiday baking where we made some truffles. I remember making these before and them being absolutely delicious. This makes me laugh because I've stuck this So Good sticker on. They weren't really not very nice at all. I think they were way too sweet. So it just makes me chuckle because I know the story behind that they weren't, in the end, they weren't actually very nice at all. Lovely filler page using the Noel cut file. I love to use a bit of sparkly vellum, just with a cut file, nothing else, a few little bits of embellishment, just for a lovely filler page in the middle. And the next one is Elliot having decorated our Christmas cake. We have a bit of a tradition in this house that you have to put Lego models on the Christmas cake as the decoration. So Elliot, for the last couple of years, has had a Lego advent calendar. So he saves all the models, doesn't take them apart, saves them all in a tub, and every year he chooses from them, and that's what we decorate the Christmas cake with. So that's just become our family tradition. Next one is just a silly picture of Bella, our dog. This was before we got Poppy, so Poppy's not in this album, but Bella wearing my antlers. Yeah, she doesn't look awfully impressed with them, but I always love to take photographs of her in silly outfits. She doesn't mind, really. Elliot with his hot cocoa, hot chocolate. So I used the candy canes cut file because he was so excited to have gotten some candy canes this year in his to put in his hot chocolate, so that he could stir it round with the candy cane and it make it taste all pepperminty, and he really enjoyed that. 18 was my two boys making a model that Elliot actually got for his birthday. So this page, I made another pocket. So this one comes out here with another photograph of them busy working, trying to put it together. In the end, it made a marble run, a wooden marble run. It was awesome. It took them hours. It kept them busy until Christmas. It was great. I think this little page here is my favourite page of all. So I used one of the cupcake cut files from the shop. I filled the cupcake with Nuvo drops, left it for 24 hours to dry, sprinkled it with glitter first, left it for 24 hours to dry, and now it's hard and it's all sparkly and glossy and shiny, so it looks like ice, and I really love the effect of that. I've then stuck that down just by the edges to make a pocket, so that behind the photographs can go in. I've used another one of those circles, acetate circles on the top, and I've got the photographs of him actually icing them, adding the little sparkly decorations, and then the finished product as well, and they were delicious. So I've added little stickers to that, sort of all over them, and then some extra little stickers up at the top, a bit more ribbon. And then what I did was I cut this out and made it into a tag shape, punched some holes in it, but I just didn't stick it down at this side, so that I could put some journaling inside the tag, using a little tab punch, to make the little pull here, so that can hide inside. Because on the other side, I documented a crystal tree. It's like a grow your own crystal Christmas tree, and Elliot loved watching that develop over the days before Christmas. And then so on the other side of that card is some more journaling about that particular thing as well, so I liked that. This is when we were wrapping some presents. Elliot's really getting involved in wrapping this year, so I've got some lovely photographs of him wrapping them. I think he was wrapping the presents for the dogs actually. Lots of concentrating. He worked really hard on it actually, did a really good job. And the idea here with this page is that the photographs actually slot behind those presents there, so that is an actual pocket. I just can't quite get it in. So that's a pocket, and they slot in to there. Oh, they do, honestly. They go in. And they slot into there. So that's a cut file that's just available in the shop, but what I did was I cut the bottom off the cut file, so these two presents are stuck down here. So I cut them off and stuck them there to make the little pocket. The next page then, I did another full page photo, this time in black and white, of all three of us at the local light show at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park. And then on this side, I've got little Velcro dots here. I know you can get magnet ones, I need to investigate those, but I've got little Velcro ones. Fold out again, and then a big photograph on both sides. I got so many photographs on this day, I wanted to be able to put loads of them in my album, so I decided to make a waterfall. I've never made a waterfall before. Absolutely love how it turned out. Now wishing that I had just put photographs on the front and then on the back of each one, because I have got these white sections, and also when it goes down to the bottom it won't go any further than that, because I've made it too long. I didn't realise this at the time. I made it too long and it won't pull any further. So to see the last few photographs, you do just have to lift them up by hand, which is fine. I don't mind so much. I know they're there. It works. It's still really cool. It's just not quite, it's just not perfect. Never mind. It doesn't matter. But I love how that turned out, and I love the fact that I've got so many photographs in my album. 23 is, I made this one look like a present just by putting some strips of paper over the backing piece of paper. Last minute shopping, a couple of cute photos. The next one is Christmas Eve. This one I made one of the pockets into a shaker, filled it with sequins and sealed it up using a fuse tool. That's such a cool tool if you don't have one already. It's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it basically heats up and seals plastic together. Very cool. Bit of journaling here, pictures of Elliot receiving his Christmas Eve box from his elf. And then on the other side, Christmas Eve continues with our traditional Christmas Eve pancakes for breakfast. That's become a new tradition in our house. A trip out to Normanby Hall. We always do something on Christmas Eve. We sometimes go to a reindeer farm, sometimes we go to Normanby Hall. They have deer here, you can have a wander around, and hot chocolates and things. It's lovely, just a day out, a lovely bit of family time before the craziness of Christmas Day. And then this one here is another photograph from Normanby Hall, but it was Elliot with two gnomes, two gonks, and he kind of matched in with his little hat that he was wearing. So I had to use one of our gnomes here to pop the photograph in and make that into its own little pocket there. In hindsight, I probably would have took it a little bit further down, but never mind. I love how that looks, and I love the fact that his beard is all glittery. Next one is the big night. So this is Elliot outside just getting ready for Santa's reindeer coming and sprinkling out some reindeer food. The big night cut file was from last year's Advent album, December album Advent, sorry. And then this is Christmas Eve evening. So we've got Elliot putting his plate out ready for Santa. I used the stocking cut file to document him hanging his stocking on his bedroom door. So he's just hanging that up there, and I put the photographs actually in the stocking. And then a beautiful kind of title page ready for the Christmas Day stuff, which is coming next. And this is where I switched my supplies fully to the Cocoa Vanilla printable collection, their Christmas printable collection, because I just was struggling to make anything else work, so I really was low on supplies. I have stenciled some sparkly Nuvo paste through one of the Pear Tree stencils, the starry spiral stencil, in all different positions on there, just to give that an extra little bit of sparkle. And then this is my Christmas Day spread, so I've decided to do a double flip out page for this one. So we'll start with this side. So I've got Elliot opening some presents, obviously 25 there. I use this side to just decorate with some baubles, and then use the present cut file again from last year's December album Advent to have a pocket to have some extra photographs in of present opening that I'd wanted to keep in there. It took in nicely. And then the next one, again, full size photograph on that side. And then inside, documenting Elliot's main present, which was his drum kit, hence the title Little Drummer Boy. He's loving playing the drums, and it was the best thing we could have done was to get him his own drum kit. He's absolutely flying with it. It's amazing. So that's my Christmas Day spread. And then I realised that all I'd got on Christmas Day was just Elliot. So I decided I'd best put something in of the whole family. So we've got myself, Mr. Pear Tree, Mini Pear Tree, and the two grandparent Pear Trees enjoying our Christmas meal there with that lovely title, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And that's it. That's my December album for this year. I love how it turned out in the end. It took way too long, made way too many pages. Definitely needs to be split into two albums, but incredibly pleased with how it has worked out. Looking forward to starting this year's. I've got lots of photographs printed already, and I'll be using lots of the cut files from this year's 2022 December album Advent, as well as some of the embellishment pieces from the embellishment Advent as well. So stay tuned for those, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.